Hey everyone, welcome to this week's show. I am your host and champion and commissioner of Team Ramrod. Sorry, the Ramrod Empire. I keep forgetting my name's changed. And with me this week, I have RoboWolf GM Corey. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, thanks for joining me. We're going to surprise everyone because I pretty much said there was not going to be an episode this week if no one could record earlier, but I just hate. Uh, seeing no episode of the Moose in a week, especially with the
Not being able to talk about it.
playoff race going on. We don't want to miss our chance to really trash talk. Oh, good
And
news for me.
Golota against Braden.
Good news for me. I'm just watching the overtime here. Looks like Gunther back-to-back GWGs in overtime. Uh, Glad he's back. Too bad for too bad for Patches. Uh, before we get into it though, reminder, boys, many of you will never actually hold this. Um, I know Patches, my opponent this week, has seen it in a trophy shop and really wanted his chance at holding it, but he didn't earn that um,
That's funny.
that right. But you have earned that right to have your name on there. So you were one of the
Yeah.
few PMs, one of the I think we have seven former champions,
Yeah, I think so.
maybe six.
Six. Yeah, you're right, because we
Nine
have one
seasons.
that's a
Yeah.
COVID season.
So six names on there out of 16. Not even half the people have won it yet, so it's good for us to have our name on it. But let's get into last week's results here. Um, Start off with the Ramrod Empire, 10-5-2 in third place after doing what he said he was going to do and taking down the Braden bye week. 11 or 12-3-2, still in first place, but that's back-to-back losses for Braden. What happened here?
Yeah, this was a close one coming into Sunday. Uh, him not taking any penalties on Sunday was big, or at least maybe I think he maybe took one. I'm not sure. But you beat him by one, which was really the difference. But your goalies had a really strong weekend, and that was really the difference. That was four of your eight categories there. Yeah, good battle here. Preview of what might see in the playoffs here. So
You better hope he doesn't see this in the playoffs. I now own the tiebreaker over him, as I am 1-0-1 against him this year. Uh, so he has to beat the champ in the playoffs to advance against me. But really, I don't look at this as an 8-7 game. He got game-winning goals and shorthanded points. Those are two lucky ones. Um, those could go either way in any matchup. That's not any indicative of
well,
anything. I
his
know I had a
15
shutout.
goals to your five kind of
Oh,
like
my team did not score goals though. My
yeah
team did not
yeah
score goals last week. But luckily for me, my goal scorer just came back on Monday and two
the
GW.
singular goal scorer.
That's right. I don't need any other goal scorers. Two GWGs on three goals for him this week. He had more than my whole team last week. But I'll take that win against Braden. Um, just got to put him back in his place a little bit. His head was getting too big, thinking that he was better
Yeah.
than the champ, and now maybe he realizes he's not. So, him and his.
Back to back losses over there.
That's it. I don't know who he plays this week, but get him while he's weak, boys. We'll move on here. You wish you were this tight. 4-8-5 and 13th. Managing to get past the Travis, I guess the Travis bye week is what we should call it now. Um, 4-13
I'll
to go.
yeah I'll name him that.
You're assuming that you're gonna get to name him. You haven't had your name on this
You
since
know
the
what?
inaugural season
Yeah, that was only a few years ago, right? That my name got put on there. So
a few years ago,
technically,
like 10 years ago.
no, we didn't have the trophy 10 years ago.
Now we probably got it, what, season two or three?
Yeah, I think it was season three.
But
But
Travis,
anyways, this is the matchup that I said was going to be the match of the week, and it was a letdown because it was overcome like Wednesday. And Travis just never fought back. Mark actually had a really good week all around. Would have been competitive, probably beat most teams actually. But he chose to show up against Travis. So you know what? He caught up to everyone else and wins now. It was kind of funny seeing him ahead of three teams with less wins them all, but 5 ties. So big win there. And let's hope the Travis bye week continues because I got him this week.
Travis doesn't put up a fight against anyone. But good news for
It's
Mark.
gonna,
Stolars is back today, so that'll actually boost him. He's not going to make the playoffs, but he might play some spoiler role here in the last few weeks with his goaltending improving. So I'm curious to see, anxious to see how he does over the next few weeks. If he has any playoff caliber opponents, it might cause some trouble for them. So big win for
yep.
Mark. Keeps Travis at the bottom where he belongs. Dahl tried the beef. 10-6-1 and jumping up to fourth place after beating Neil. 7-9-1. Sorokin these nuts dropping the 12th. Neil's playoff hopes dimming here. What happened here?
Neil's players just didn't come out to play. His 5 points were all goalie categories. There was a few close, like he was only 1 goal behind, plus 3 behind, 6 PIMs. Just Ultree just toughed it out and squeezed out a win here, and a big one for him in the standings.
I mean, again, Neil's not really out, but
Nope,
you got to win these matches. You got to win some of them when you're playing against guys who are in that playoff hunt with you, right? This is a big win for Daltrey. Kind of, I mean, say he jumped up in the playoff race, but everything's so tight. One bad week could drop him right back down to like eighth. So,
it's
but
true.
big win for Daltrey. Tough loss for Neil. Neil, I think based on what he said in the chat, is leaning on possibly selling. Um, could be interesting.
Yeah,
Unlikely player, a GM entering the market here, right? So could be some movement coming up in the before the trade deadline, which is coming up in about 2 weeks, boys. 3 weeks or something, like the 26th.
yeah. I think it's the 20. Yeah, 20 something.
It'll
We'll
be
confirm.
it'll be during our 3 week matchup. So
I'll confirm in a minute once I'm off. We finish these matchups.
everyone loves Raymond. 8-7-2, dropping out of a playoff. So this guy was in second place a few weeks back. Uh, in ninth place now after losing to Team Rocket. Lyle getting the win, dropping the 7-9-1 in 11th place. This is what he said he had to do is beat all the teams that he calls trash. What happened here?
He's been on a little bit of a run here, taking on some big teams. I called him out that he's not going to be the giant killer. Well, he proved me wrong and fucking blew Derek out of the water here. He had a week. Derek did not have a terrible week. His goalies weren't great. Kyle had a phenomenal week. 3 shorties, 4 game winners. Third,
Nope, I think I lost you. Technical difficulties here. All right, we're back after some technical difficulties here. Apparently, talking about Team Rocket just made Corey blast off.
yeah, lights flickered here. Tension got a little high from the beatdown Kyle laid on Derek here. I guess football season isn't officially over. I think we can all tell. Another loss here, another win for Kyle. Makes the playoff race really interesting. So that's all I got to say there.
But good for Derek, still holding on to that 9-5 victory in his profile picture. Forgot about Dre. 10-6-1 in fifth place after taking down Patches. Oh, Hooligan. 8-7-2 in seventh. Patches on a slide here. This is another guy who was in the top of the league. Second place, what, 2 weeks ago? Second place. Now he's down to seventh. And in for a hell of a matchup this week, if I have to say. But hey, what happened here?
Yeah, Nick Scully is taking 4 categories. A lot of close categories here, though. Woo! Big on late filming tonight, boys. But no, this is a good matchup. It was close all week. 8-6, 1 goal difference for Nick. Uh, Two shorthanded points apiece. That's always interesting. A shutout. Well, I guess they're both Knicks, right? So a shutout for Dre. Dre's goalies really killed it this week, so that was the big difference.
Like these guys have more shorthanded points than I've had all season. I barely get them.
Wait,
Uh,
yeah,
Got one
wait
this
till
week.
my matchup. Way
all in
too high
this week. Yeah,
matchups.
Casey had what, five?
Yeah, I think so.
It was five
At
last
least
night.
five.
Oh,
Yeah.
like Jesus. Yeah, more than I had goals last week. But big win for Dre again. Taking those points when he needs them to. That's two wins in a row at least. I don't remember if he won the week before. Two wins in a row for him. No, he lost to Berge. So two wins in a row to climb back up to fifth. Stay in the thick of the playoff race, trying to ensure his trip to the playoffs. While Patches is doing everything he can to slip out. Um,
Yep. This is a fallout.
that's it. So maybe get your shit together, Patches, or wait till next week at least. Don't worry about this week.
Yeah. Get your shit together. Sooner the better, buddy.
Later though, later. Mentally Bedarded, 4-12-1 in 14th place, losing to Domo, 7-7-3 in 10th. Domo staying in the playoff race here. I don't know how much longer he can hold on. He's already talking about taking offers for the trade deadline. He'll listen to them,
Yep.
but he won't make any
Yep.
commitment until 3 weeks from now. Um,
Maybe.
what happened here?
Yeah, Domo's players taking all eight of the points for him. Kyle's goalie is getting 5 points, but not performing otherwise. But it was really a lot of close categories. Like Domo won by two blocks, tied in goals, three assists more. So a few categories could have went either way. I'm pretty sure Domo had a pretty good Sunday here, and that's what made the difference for him to have a comeback win. Because I'm pretty sure Plums was winning by quite a bit earlier in the week.
This is bad news for Plums because, much to his dismay, he is still very much in the Caucasaurus race. This is a guy who made
Yeah.
moves early in the season to compete, and injuries and poor play from some of his players has kind of hurt him this season. His team on paper is better than he's performing, but how you
I'm
perform.
kind of curious how many losses he's had. I feel like it's been a lot in a row. It's on
Uh,
quite the slide.
he was saying that he had some rough luck early on, like some close matchups didn't go his way. So. And that happens.
Yep.
But you can't keep losing those matches, right? Otherwise, you'll find yourself in the position that he's in right now, fighting over that golden cup with Sean and Travis. Let's talk about your matchup here. The Utah Wasatch here, 8-7-2 in eighth place, losing to RoboWolf, 12-5-0 in second place. What happened here?
This is a fun matchup. Well, I mean, it helped that I won, but he came out really heavy early in the week. Then I just had a couple killer nights and had a huge lead. But then Saturday, Sunday, it was really close. Like I felt like I was at least going to get a tie come Sunday, so I wasn't too concerned. That was like worst case scenario in my opinion. But I squeezed out a bigger win. We both had really solid weeks. He had two goalie shutouts, 6 wins. 176 saves. So goalies weren't his issue this week, but my players are just able to just out nudge him. One block was the difference here. Two goals difference, two assists difference. But his five shorthanded points, I wasn't competing with that. But no, it was a good week. Unfortunately, I just had a slightly better one.
No, good news for him. Even in defeat, he's still in a playoff spot. But he can't afford too many more of these losses. His boys needs to step up for him. A big win for
Yep,
you though to catch up, make some more ground on Braden. I would love to see
yep.
Braden fall out of first, just out of
Me too.
principle. Um,
Yep.
but we all know I don't really want to finish first because I don't. I believe in that curse about first place. First place never wins in our league. I'm gonna
It's
stay away
true.
from there. I want to be at near the top where I get an easier matchup. But I don't want the pressure of being that top seed and losing and just have all that ridicule that comes with it.
Yep.
But good for you, big win. Tough loss for Utah Wasatch.
Massage.
Did you know what that is? Like I had to Google. I didn't know what that
I
fucking
didn't
was.
even bother.
It's a
I didn't
mountain
even bother.
range that surrounds like 85% of like the Utah population.
Oh, okay.
So I had no idea.
Well,
Like, what the fuck? Did they misspell Sasquatch? Like,
yeah, that's what I thought. Like, there's some type of like offspring of Sasquatch, like
I
baby
wanted to figure
Sasquatch.
it out. It was bothering me, so I just Googled it. And
Oh, I had you do it for me. Thank you.
no problem. We don't have Stat Guy to help us anymore. He just doesn't answer our calls.
It's not listening to the show.
He just skips to what he wants to hear. Oh, my team's bad. I'm out.
Yeah.
It's fetched me a drink. 8, 7, and 2 in sixth place. Jumping into a playoff spot after taking down the Charlie Browns. He had a nice light schedule here to kind of get back into the win column. Um, I don't want to see Dan keep winning, but I don't mind him beating Sean. So keeping Sean near the bottom where he is, where he belongs in that Caucasaurus race. What happened here?
Yeah. Dan, I know Dan had a big comeback Sunday. Maybe he had a strong Saturday night, but I know he was losing earlier in the day Saturday. But his players were really the difference here. Three shorties, 3 game winners, but a lot of close categories. But a plus 35 goal differential between the two.
Jeez.
That was quite comical. But no, yeah, good week for Dan here. He had a skid of a few tough opponents. Now a couple easier ones in a row, but a, yeah, huge win for the standings. Uh, Slid right like he skipped ahead, yeah, straight to sixth. Like I think he went from 10th to sixth from last week. So big jump here. That just shows how tight it is. You
Yeah.
wish you were this tight.
Speaking of like, let's talk about how tight the playoff race is. Let's talk about it. Like, since we have it right here, you know. Braden Byweek sitting at the top here, first place, 26 points. You're not far behind him, right on his heels here, 24 points in second place. I'm not far behind you, 2 points, 22 points in third place. We got Daltrey and Dre. They seem to win together the same weeks. They've been putting together wins and
Tied for a
losses
while.
as a team. 21 points, fourth and fifth, respectively. Uh, then there's a little bit of a gap now. A little bit of a gap starting to separate from the top five. You got 3 points between six and five, which is nice for everyone in the top five.
It's
Have
true.
a little security here. But Svetch, Patches, Utah, and Raymond all at 18 points. So technically, there's a four-way tie for sixth place right now with Derek on the outs. Uh,
All
that's
8, 7, and 2 as well.
that's going to be interesting to watch over the next few weeks as we are week 18 now. 4 weeks left in the regular season, I believe.
Uh, yes. Yep.
So
Yep. 4 weeks.
we're getting down to the wire, and I think everyone fifth or higher now is pretty much in, unless disaster strikes. But this sixth place, the ninth place, all being tied is going to be very interesting to watch. Then you have Domo right there, in 10th place with 17 points. He's
But
not, and by no
crazy.
means out.
1 point out from sixth.
Yeah, he's
Like
in
from
10th, but
10th.
one
Like,
point out of
yeah.
sixth.
It's like, yeah, insane.
Team Rocket has an outside chance, 15 points in 11. Same with Neil, uh, 15 points in 12th. Then you got Mark, 13 points in 13th. He's pretty much done. Mentally Bedarded, Charlie Brown's 14th and 15th, 9 points each. And you got Travis around at the bottom here with 8 points. Um, as much as the race for the playoffs is interesting, I'm very interested in this race for the Golden Cock. I
Yeah,
want to
you
see.
would be.
I'm curious to see who's going to take home that prestigious trophy. I will never have my name on.
One thing I do like I want to comment here is I don't think Neil and Kyle. I think one of them are going to make the playoffs. That's my kind of bold prediction. I just think there's so many teams in the mix that a few are going to fall out, and I think one of them is going to slide in.
A few of them have to go through me. And if they
Yeah,
have to go through me, that means they have to go through Sauce the week before because we have
that
identical
is true.
schedules.
Yeah, Yahoo was lazy with their schedule making this year.
It's just like, oh, here's all the teams that we're just going to cycle them through.
Yeah,
I would talk. Let's talk trades. There's not a whole bunch to go through. First one we have here is Gooley and a 10th for Ingram and a 16th. Bedard did get in the 10th. Um, Ingram going to Travis for 16th. What do you think of this one?
I think they both did pretty good with this trade. I don't think Ingram had a lot of value at the time of the trade. I think a tenth was fair game. I was offering what I could, which is I didn't want to pay a tenth still, but I don't think it was too far off the mark. Um, and I think Ingram just has the potential, right? He had a really strong season last year. I think Travis made a good pickup here, just to try to compete for the season and get some goalie stats. Like it's nice to see him buying something too, right? And that's not a keeper as
Yeah.
well.
It
Uh, but
was
but but could be depending because you never know goalies, right?
that's it. It was his
So
crease until he got injured.
yeah, yeah, I agree.
And then
Yeah,
Veg just played really well. So that's what
you
happens
have
if
to
you have like
honor.
a 50-50, 60-40 scenario. You're gonna go with the hot hand. And
Yeah,
he's been playing well since he's been back, but so is
you know,
Veg.
yeah, he's had a little bit of a rough start, but he's picking it up. I think as of late, I think I
Well,
haven't seen actually.
we just got our 10
Oh,
minute warning there.
oh,
That was
better pick it up.
largely and due to the technical difficulties, I'd have to say. But that happens. I think the trade's good for both. 10th
Yeah,
is pretty much where you go right now with Ingram, but he has high upside if he can steal the crease back. Malkin and a 10th going to RoboWolf here for Batherson and a 14th. Finally pulling the trigger on Batherson. I know he's been on the block for quite a bit. Braden Byweek shopping, a guy that he's very familiar with. I believe he's had him on his roster a few years. Um,
yeah.
what happened here?
Yeah, I needed to make a move to really to offload a player. I didn't really care who I was getting back. Batherson had a huge first game for Braden. Kind of bit me in the ass, but I won my week, so it's not a big deal. But I was hoping to get more, but it's not really a seller's market out there right now. It's really dry, right? So I was pretty happy with the return.
That's the thing is a lot of teams are waiting to see how things shape up. A lot of teams are still in the race, so
Yeah.
it's hard to make those deals right now. Um, we're not going to talk about these trades because Sunday
Uh,
trades.
that one there is not too bad. 14th to 17th, almost spending three. I don't know what it was that is so it couldn't have been
Oh,
a
for Barzell, well, he was injured
yeah. Yeah. So he paid 3 rounds to
to
pick up
pick up
Barzell and
Rempe. No,
no,
to pick up
he traded.
Barzell.
Yeah. So yeah, he wanted to sit with Barzell. So Barzell looked like he was out for a bit when I looked into it. Um, I don't really see why Domo would want to spend 3 rounds on him unless he plans on flipping him later and it's kind of a tank approach. But I thought he would be competing for sure. So we'll see how this plays out. Decent return for Barzell. I didn't think you'd get more than that for him, especially if he's injured.
Yeah, I probably would not even looked at him to be honest.
Yeah.
He only provides one thing really, and you can find that on the waiver wire, which I do almost every week with Lindell.
He's been doing really well actually, Barzell, this year. Just it is replaceable.
Yeah, that's it. What he does, you
Yeah.
can find on the waiver wire for free. Letang for Comrie. I know it was only one round, but I wanted to say that Travis picked up Comrie on what, Tuesday? And he
Yeah.
got a shutout
Gotta
that day.
shut it. I know. Thanks for the reminder.
But that's just it's a minor deal. Everything else was a Sunday
Yeah.
move. That's worth talking about. One round. Letang going the other way. Letang having a really bad year. Not much to
Yeah.
say there. You have any
Nope.
comments on any of these other trades?
Nope.
All right, let's see if we can get this done in 7 minutes here.
Oh.
The Ramrod Empire taking on
Woo.
Patches O'Hooligan. Who do you have?
You know what? It's been a pretty busy week, so I actually haven't looked at the scores at all besides my own. So I'll go with what I'm thinking, and I would have went with you here for sure.
I don't blame you. Patches is going in one direction, while Le Champion was going in the other, back to the top where he's used to being. Um, Patches just wanted him to play me in the first round like he does when he doesn't make the play when he does make the playoffs. So he's dropping the standings to make it possible so I can beat him first round. I'm gonna go with the Ramrod Empire, taking down Patches. Mark, wish you were tight versus Charlie Browns. Who do you have here?
I'm gonna go for a tie.
Going for a tie.
I you can, yeah, it's not even the odds to go for, but I honestly just the crap of the crap. Mark getting Travis, then Sean here, so that means I have Sean next. That's what I like to hear. But
I'm gonna go with Mark on this one. I'm not going into too much details about how much I think Sean's team is shit. We're on a time crunch here, so sorry, Sean. I'll have to insult you in person when I see you at work. Uh,
yeah, and we can't. We have no time to compliment.
that's it. Daltrey versus Dre. Who do you have here?
Well, you kind of jinxed this one, saying they've been winning and losing together. Now they face off. Um, I think Dre is the better team.
I agree with that. I'm gonna go with Dre as well. Um, and then next week I'll play Dre, and then Daltrey. Everyone loves Raymond versus the Braden bye week. Is this the week Braden gets back on the win in the win column, or is it Derek's turn to get in the win column? Who you got?
I'm betting on the Braden bye week this week. I think he'll have an easy win.
Easy win. Wow.
Yeah, that's a statement.
Uh,
Derek's sliding fast. The only one sliding faster than Derek is Neil. So
I'm gonna go with Braden as well, but I'm not gonna say it's easy because Allmark is back now. I just saw today he's healthy, so that could be a big
yeah,
boost to Derek's team. Um, but
yeah, I heard he has a win. Or no, he didn't win, but he had a good game.
I'm gonna go with Braden anyway because he's probably the stronger team. Uh, Battle of the Kyles. Oh, sorry, Kyle versus Lyle. Who do you have here?
Sorry, got to correct yourself. I think Team Rocket, even though I know it mentally Bedard is not a giant here, I think he's going to keep his winning ways. He had a really strong week last week.
Yeah, I'm gonna give my faith to Team Rocket. See if they can blast off here against Mentally Bedarded, and keep Kyle in the Golden Cock race. Uh, Casey versus Domo. Who do you have here?
I know it says 11-0, but I would definitely be going with Casey. He put up quite the fight last week. I don't think there's a reason he can't do it again. His goalies are definitely improved from earlier on in the year. I think he's a team you could watch out for making the playoffs, having quite the run.
I would have also went with Casey at the start of the week, so I'm not going to change that based on what I see here. Um, Hopefully, it's a little closer than 11-0 by the end of the week, but I would have picked Casey to win. Um, but this is a big one, playoff implications, right? So, Robo Wolf versus Travis's trash team. Who do you have?
Robo Wolf all the way. Easy second round swing of the easy half of the league here. I'll take it.
Yeah, I kind of feel like you're going to take this one easily. It's not even worth even bragging about how bad.
That Comrie shutout hurt pretty early on, but I think my players should be able to easily take 8 categories to get the win.
Yeah, I don't think even that. That's the only reason it's close. So,
Yeah.
Neil versus Dan, another big playoff implication. Who do you got here?
It's a huge one. Dan's on a run. Neil's going down the other way. I'm going with Dan.
I'm gonna go with Neil. I feel like he needs a bounce back week. Um, I think it's gonna be really close in the end.
Yeah.
But I think Neil's forwards are just too good to be playing this bad, and they're gonna pick it up at one point. So hopefully it's
Uh,
this week for him.
Hopefully. And for you.
Well, it doesn't matter to me. Like, I don't care. I'll take down either one of these guys in the play. I don't give a fuck. Uh,
I don't give a shit.
well, we have just over a minute left. Do you have any
Oh,
parting words, Corey?
you know what? Just an appreciation to Shane. Fuck you, Travis.
I appreciate you guys watching. I know it was very last minute and rushed. Only rushed because we tried to do it in one sitting now. So I hope you guys enjoy. Good luck all this week, boys. Except for you, Pat. Just go fuck yourself.